Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time. But if you have come before and you've subscribed, thank you so much. That means the world to me, and I love you so much. I could feel the energy, and it feels really great to be here. So, that being said, today, ironically, is a subscriber requested topic. What is happening next in your connection? So keep in mind that this is a timeless reading. So it's the connection that you're currently in when you come across this reading, okay? And we are asking details of what's going to happen, what's happening next, what's happening, what is going on with you guys, okay? So we do have 3 different tarot decks today, and we're going to be getting our main messages from the tarot. There are a couple of oracles that we're going to be using after the tarot, and we are going to start with the tarot of the pyramid so we could get an energy check-in of your connection. So I hope that is to your liking, and without further ado, let's get into our pile selections today. So I realized there was a little bit of a theme that I was cultivating as I was choosing the decks and the crystals. So let's talk about it. So for pile 1, I was getting a water theme. We have the lapis lazuli double pointed crystal, which has elements of water. I looked it up. And we are going to be using the Mermaid tarot deck with your reading today. So whether or not your person has water signs, it really shouldn't matter. This could also just be the energy of the reading, but it's something I noticed. So again, the Mermaid tarot deck with the lapis lazuli double pointed crystal. For pile 1. For pile 2, we have a theme of fire. We have the black obsidian double pointed crystal tower. And with your reading today, we are using the Radiant Wilds Atlas, which could also be air, and air energy could be in all of the readings today, guys. But fire is coming through. A lot of sun energy in this deck, and the black obsidian has elements of fire. So again, pile 2, we have the black obsidian double pointed crystal tower. And we are using the Radiant Wilds Atlas for your reading today. For pile 3, we have a little bit of an earth theme happening with the smoky quartz double pointed tower. And for your reading today, we are using the Midnight Magic tarot deck, which is all about beautiful mushrooms. So again, the Midnight Magic tarot deck with the smoky quartz double pointed crystal tower for you, pile 3. We have water, fire, earth, and we don't have air because I only do 3 piles, but I do realize that air, which could be swords energy, and that again, we'll get into it when we get into the readings, could be, so all of the signs are being covered is the point. So don't worry about horoscope, just tune into the energy of, the tarot deck. It could be the crystal. It could be the energy of the theme of the piles. So again, take a moment if you need it. And I will meet you at your reading. Bye, guys. Hey, everyone, and welcome to your reading today. So if you chose the lapis lazuli double pointed crystal, and or if you chose the really cool, beautiful mermaid deck, then this is your reading today. And we are first going to pull from the tarot of the pyramids because I really do want to get a check-in. We are asking what is happening next in your connection. The person that you are currently in a connection with, okay? So if you are single, this might not be your reading today. However, if you still want to stick around because you have someone on your mind, totally understandable. And again, this is also a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this, the messages should resonate with the person that you are currently thinking about for this connection. Okay, let's do it one more time. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for being here today for Palo One's collective energy. We're asking today for one card from this tarot pyramid to give us an idea of what is happening next in the connection Palo One has with this person. What insight, what energy for this connection? Thank you. Guidance, interesting. Because you are at a tarot reading, so I do feel like there's an element of guidance in that as well. I see a lion. Could be a female and a child walking down a path. A bird in the sky. What looks like an eagle. Now this is card number 57. In this deck, this is Wands energy, and it's healing energy. Is the theme in the Wands for this. But let's see what your actual card is. The Hanged Man. Okay, different perspective. Now this is a major arcana. Card number 12. It's Pisces energy, water energy. There you go. Now to go back to what we talked about in the intro, whether or not you resonate with a water sign, which could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That was just the energy I was getting just from the tarot deck and the crystal, but take that as it resonates. Water signs could be very emotional in such a beautiful way at their best. But I will tell you, we have Pisces and we have a little fire energy with this guidance card. Okay, even though it doesn't feel like fire energy at all to me, that's the uniqueness of this deck. Has a little bit of different meanings. But anyway, let's get into it. Pile 1. We're going to get 5 cards today because I really wanted to emphasize the tarot and get as many messages as we can. Then we're going to get our clarifiers. So what is happening next? This person on your mind, this person you're in a connection with. Pile 1's person that they are in a connection with. What is happening next? What could you tell us that's happening next? So we have the Queen of Wands coming up. Now, this is a fire sign. And Queen of Wands is, well, so it's Aries, but there is an element of water in the Queen of Wands, which could be Pisces. So we have Pisces already in the mix as far as water, but we have Aries. We have a little bit of fire energy. Temperance. Ooh. So we have another major arcana. If we're counting the Hanged Man, card number 12 is our first one. And we have Temperance coming up, which is card number 14, Sagittarius, which is fire energy. And this is the card of like finding purpose in what someone is doing, weighing the options, going back and forth, but really making sure they're sticking to a good game plan. I'm looking at the tattoos and I'm noticing for the first time. It's like she's half pirate, half mermaid. Doesn't know which way to go. Tempering. Okay, what is happening next in this connection? 7 of Swords. Okay, interesting. We have some air sign coming through with Aquarius. I would even say Cancer energy because it's the moon in Aquarius, but we have 7 of Swords, which could be, and then we have 5 of Swords. Someone might be keeping information from someone else. This might be a challenge in some way, something that needs to be spoken about. All right, now we got the Ace of Wands. Wow. A passionate new beginning, a fiery new beginning. So the way that I was thinking about this reading is a little bit of present energy and then future energy, because we're asking what is happening next. So curious what the clarifiers are going to be, but you and this person may have gone through some sort of fight, some sort of conflict or challenge in some way that you are now balancing out. I do feel like there is a passionate connection between the both of you. Okay. But it might be a little confusing because of the challenges that are, dang, I don't know if that was upright. We're going to take it upright. Four of Swords. Okay. So this is someone in deep reflection. Now, if we're looking at you as the Queen of Wands, whether you're male or female, getting more of the energy of this could be your energy, just because Queen of Wands is so powerful. Look at that. And someone that is in deep reflection. So this could be you weighing the current status of what you and this person are in right now. Is it good enough? Is it bringing you that balance? Is it bringing you joy? There may be something that you had to express that trying to get off your chest. Let's see. Temperance Spirit. Why is Temperance here? Page of Wands. More fire energy. Page of Wands feels like that new spark, that excitement. And this may be a very passionate connection that you're wondering, what else, or what's next. And then we got the Seven of Swords. What is being hidden? Is there, or what? Ace of Cups. Okay. So maybe an offer of some sort of emotional offer is being kept, meaning that if you're feeling that you want an emotional offer, you might be having a difficult time expressing that to this person, or vice versa. I think I'm getting that for some of you. Getting a few other messages, but let's get your rest of your cards out. Five of Swords, Spirit. And then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. There may have been some sort of defeat or conflict that had created some sort of separation or disunion between you and this person within this connection. And almost like a little bit of wounded energy. I always receive that energy when I get the Hanged Man from the Tarot of the Pyramids, just because, and again, we are talking about mummies, but how wrapped up this person is, thinking of looking at life in a different angle, taking a moment to pause. And there seems to be a little bit of wounded energy. And now I'm looking at this Five of Swords with this girl, a mermaid, with a cut on her hand. And it's bleeding, So it could have really been hard, this conflict. So why is the Ace of Wands here, Spirit? What is happening next? Strength in reverse. Okay. So I do feel like that new beginning, that creative new spark is going to balance itself out with strength being here in reverse. It's feeling more weakened as more so than growing in strength. Bottom of the deck energy is Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what is happening next in this connection? I feel like right now, currently, there is some reflection. There has to be some type of pause or timeout. Guidance is being had at this time. I feel like it might be you or this person, or both of you. You may both be in your head a lot, trying to be the bigger person, looking above the conflict, looking through the murk to figure out like what's the best, what's the clear path, what's the best decision. And I feel like you are ready to walk down it. Now, strength came out too with this line here. So there could be a little bit of Leo energy. We are getting a lot of fire energy. And Ace of Wands, that could be any of the fire signs with Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And of course, we are getting that strong Pisces. So Ace of Cups too could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water sign with two aces here. That is kind of interesting. It's almost like you're stuck between starting, having a new beginning that you know will be passionate, or not starting something because there might be a lack of emotion. An emotional offer may not be there. And then we got the star coming in at the bottom of the deck, card number 17. And right after that, I could keep going, guys. We got the Union, card number 56. I'm going to do it one more time. The Chariot. So what's happening next? I feel like in this time out, there's hope. I feel like there's encouragement that things are going to get better, that you and this person are going to get back into union or reunion. So with the Queen of Wands, I do feel like you are in your power. Whether you're male or female, like I said, it could go either way. But the energy I'm getting from the Queen of Wands is, like that spark, not only for this connection perhaps, but also for life. Like just who you are as a person, whether you are a fire sign or not, I do feel like you are, if anything, trying to temper that energy when it comes to this person. Maybe you are feeling that very strong attraction, both of you, with the Ace of Wands coming up. Okay, so what's happening next? Immediately, what's happening now is Four of Swords. I do feel like you're a little bit in reflection, and like I said, it could go both ways. And what you're in reflection is of how fast you want this to go, how much you want to give. Because with the Page of Wands, I do feel like that could imply some sort of offer, message, and it is faster paced. I mean, it is a Wands energy, it's fire energy. And this mermaid is looking through, let's just say a crystal ball, and it looks like the sun is like protruding from this crystal ball. And and again, this is Leo energy. Page of Wands could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, because it's the page. But the idea of just having that spark and trying to keep it contained a little bit, which is what you might be trying to temper in this connection. So I'm getting a very strong physical, passionate vibe between the two of you. Okay? Now, what Seven of Swords, and we could get a clarifier if we need it. What Seven of Swords is representing to me is someone that might be hiding something or keeping something secret, keeping something to themselves. This could also be a defense. I feel like, just the way this card is represented in the Mermaid deck is, these three mermaids are gathering up their swords secretly, behind the eyes of others. So there may be, with the Ace of Cups coming up in reverse, that energy of, if you cut feelings, you might not be expressing it. You might be fearful of whether or not this is being reciprocated. That could be where the challenge is for you right now. What's happening next? Do you express how you feel? Are you and this person ready for that stage, that phase? If you're not there yet. But it seems to me that someone is keeping their emotions inside. I also feel like one or both of you could be healing from something. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, that could also imply someone that is not ready to make an offer. So that could be out of fear. With the Seven of Swords, that could be out of fear. That could be a wall. That could be, again. And now we have the Five of Swords, which is, I'm getting the energy of conflict, wounded energy again, and also someone that is hurt, that got hurt. And look at this. Oh my God. I don't know if I've ever noticed this. And this is an OG deck. But this penguin patting the hair of this mermaid, like consoling her. So the conflict I'm seeing, with the Four of Wands being here in reverse, that could be the energy of, is this connection ready for the next stage? Ready for something more serious? There could be a big pause between the two of you right now with the Hanged Man. And that is the conflict, because here's the deal. There is a very passionate energy between the two of you. Now, with strength coming up in reverse, the energy of how much are you willing to, go? And I feel like that is causing a little bit of disruption within you with strength coming up in reverse. Like the idea of like, is this, you need to temper it. I feel like that's what you want. And the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck energy with the Nine of Swords, Five of Cups, with the Ten of Cups. It's like almost like where you're thinking of, if I don't temper this, things might end up going south. I got to control my excitement, my passion. Now, again, this could be mutual. This could also be the energy of the connection, like where you and this person like really went in strong, really um physical passion. The wands is coming through strong. And this is like my theme of water. Like, so is there emotions behind this? I think is the big question now. And you might be getting some guidance in this time out. There also could feel an energy of hope. So before we move on to the oracle, I did want to spend some quality time with the tarot and really make sure we get our messages, because I want to find out, what is happening next. Is there going to be something in the emotional department? So why is the Seven of Swords with the Ace of Cups? Sure. What is happening next in this connection for pile one? Knight of Swords. So there is going to be some communication. Or that is the want. But because we're asking, what's happening next, I feel like this might come out. It could also be that you or this person could also be where you might be saying, I'm not ready for a commitment. I'm not ready to give my cup. I'm not, though there might still be a physical connection. So take that as it resonates for some of you. But let's get one more card to make sure, because there is going to be communication. But what is it going to be about, Spirit? What is this happening next? Page of Swords in reverse. Okay. A lot of behind the scenes as well, trying to figure out, again, because the Hangman is coming up with some energy of Four of Swords, I'm getting stillness. I'm getting a moment where both of you, or you specifically, are taking a moment. And that could be at the cost of snooping a little bit, trying to gather some information, try to gain some insights. Let's see. Knight of Wands. Ooh. You might be wondering if this person is only for you or has their sights set on others. We're getting a lot of passionate energy. And that could be where the fear and block is. Like, is there going to be an emotional offer? Is this going to result in an actual caring connection, a loving connection? Or is it just passion? So let's see. Why is the Five of Swords here? What's the conflict with the Four of Wands in reverse? What's this wounded energy? Ooh. The Magician. Someone moving forward. Oh, we just got so many cards, but it makes sense. So I'm going to keep it, guys. The King of Wands is out here now. So we got the King of Wands and we got the Knight of Wands. and the Queen. Now, notice how the King of Wands is looking in a different direction, but they are looking toward this Ace of Wands. I mean, wow, this is such fire energy, by the way, in a reading underwater with the Mermaid deck. So, and I think that's the juxtaposition of this connection. Like, is there an emotional connection? So we have the King of Wands, the Magician, and the Empress. So I feel, and the Hermit. So it's the energy of, I think both of you are thinking about this. Both of you, I believe, I'm getting the energy of right now, you both are in conflict, but you're both upright. Whether you're male or female or same sex, it doesn't matter, guys, okay? But the energy of you both being in your power in this connection to move it forward. But right now, there seems to be some sort of this union between the both of you. With the Hermit coming up, I don't believe you both are talking to each other. Now, the Hermit is card number 9. It's Virgo energy. It's Earth sign. And the Magician is card number 1, Virgo as well, which is also Earth sign. So the idea of, could this be grounded into a connection that is deep? I'm about to burn my card over this candle. It's so hot. Oh my goodness. And ironically, because I'm running out of candles, side note, I'm using the sacral chakra candle for this energy, and I'm getting a lot of passion. So bottom of the deck, what do we have here? 4 cups in reverse. Someone might be, and it could be both of you guys, we're in needed a moment to think, but I do believe there is going to be some action, and I do feel like there is going to be some passion in this connection. If it's not there, if it's under the surface, because again, with the Seven of Swords coming up, that could also be both of you tempering or hiding how you feel toward one another. That could be the passion. Especially for those of you that haven't grounded this yet into the 3D or into the physical. If both of you have not even been intimate, that could be what you two are keeping at bay because of fear. I'm getting the energy of fear. I feel like one or both of you might be healing from something, and also the fear of, are you ready for this? Now that could be you, that could be them, it could be both. But with this Ace of Wands, let's get our last bit of tarot, and we're gonna get into the couple of oracle. But Ace of Wands with the Strength in Reverse Spirit. What's happening next? The Fool. A risk is going to be taken. Aquarius energy. This is Swords energy, or I should say air energy. And it's the energy of someone just getting out of their comfort zone and exploring a new territory, exploring a new land, and being just going with it, going with the energy of the flow. Like this mermaid is getting out of the ocean and she's getting her sea legs or her land legs, and it's out of comfort zone. But look at how the waves are washing her ashore. It's like alignment. So, yeah, I do feel like even though this person or you might be fearful, there might be the energy of not feeling strong. But I do feel like this person or you, this is moving forward. The Hanged Man is not going to be forever. And if you do have wounded energy, which I'm sensing you do, let's get one more card. Seven of Cups. This person could have a hard time. What is this? Judgment in reverse, I think. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like something is going to be getting into balance. If there is a judgment call that's not being made, The decision is going to be made. Movement is going to happen. There is going to be balance in this energy, because I'm getting a lot of like, yeah, I'm feeling this could also be, and I know we're looking at a Pentacles energy, but I just got a message of a little bit of a spiritual connection for some of you. The download that I just got is the idea that you and this person may have really had your eye on each other and both haven't really spoken about how you might feel. It could feel a little overwhelming. With Seven of Cups being here, I feel this person or you could have a difficult time of knowing what's the right path forward, what cup to grab in your direction. I do feel like it's all headed in your direction though, with the sense of urgency with this Fool. Okay? All right, let's get into the true love. Let's really see, Spirit, what is happening next in this connection? Because I do sense there is going to be communication. I do feel like there is going to be a love offer. The risk is going to be made. I do like right now, because nothing is happening perhaps for a lot of you. That's what you or this person is building. The energy of aligning with action steps. You or this person could be in your head about things, but also in your emotions. Maybe more so for this person. Feeling a little bit like wanting to stay underwater as opposed to resurfacing. So if you haven't spoken to this person or this person hasn't communicated or contacted you and you're wondering what the conflict is, why is this, the energy of them not allowing this to get into union or be okay or be good between you and them. They're looking for guidance of what they could handle, of how much they could handle when it comes to you. But I feel like they're gonna figure it out, guys. I really do. With the Magician, with the Fool, and they're looking at you as the Queen of Wands, the Empress, the Ace of Wands is here. There's a lot of fire energy. I feel like what's happening next is going to be communication for sure. And I do feel like with the Knight of Cups, some sort of offer, but it feels very sweet. It feels very subtle. But let's see. Spirit, with the True Love Oracle, what is happening next in this connection for Pile 1? Well, I'm going to put it back just because I feel like I wanted one card. The Garden and Boundaries. That could be the current energy. Tending to your own garden. Setting up boundaries. Another, what is that? A tiger. Another cat family. We got the owl. Gaining wisdom. But I'm not feeling this is the energy I want to keep. But I do see how that resonates. Spirit, what is happening next though in the energy, not the current? Oh, forgiveness. Okay. So if there was something that needs to be forgiven, I do feel like you or this person or both of you are going to get in the energy of growth. There's going to be a feeling of peace, of abundance too, just when I see the bunnies. And also the idea of balance. We're getting the energy of balance a lot, which I guess this is the first time I'm mentioning it, but I did feel that, the Hanged Man could also be like finding balance, gaining that perspective. So I feel with what's happening next, there is going to be some forgiveness, which implies there's going to be communication for sure between you and this person. Some of you already may know that since you're in the connection. But let's see, Spirit. What is happening next in this connection? Ooh. Sexual freedom and the distorted feminine. And again, more 2 cards and that could just be currently the energy that you are or your person is going through and working through. They could feel distorted, which might be why they're not moving forward. Okay, sorry, Spirit. Let me concentrate, guys. Sorry. What is happening next? Not the current. The sacred woman. Forgiveness. The sacred woman. I am getting the energy of wisdom. And also to go back to that spiritual feeling I got earlier that just came through very strongly. Right, what is happening next in this connection? Ooh! And too many cards. Sorry, guys. These cards are pretty big, but I just want to make sure the right card comes out. So, trust the process. Okay. The silver waterfall. This feels like abundance. This feels, and again, to go back to the water energy of something being washed over you, something being cleansed. Energetically speaking, if you and this person really had contaminated some things or have been in heavy energy, even if you haven't been speaking to each other, and this might be a spiritual connection for some of you, this feels like a renewal, a rebirth of some kind, and it feels magical. And I see 2 birds flying through the water. So I do feel with this, there is going to be a purification, a renewal of some kind. Abundance, I'm getting a lot of the energy of abundance. And just because I'm curious, I want one more. And wow, boundaries coming up again. So I do feel like you and this person are currently in the garden again. That's nuts. Divine masculine. Wow. Leo energy, 2 cats, a lot of cats. Fire energy. So someone is trying to get into their divine. This could be where the pause is. Now, as far as timeline, we're gonna get into your final deck. As far as timeline, I don't feel that this is gonna take too long for this person to come forward in action. You and this person are gonna get into a healing. I feel like your connection is gonna evolve into something more peaceful, healing, and divine. Where both of you are gonna feel that you are in your divine. Tending to your own garden before you could tend to the garden that you grow with each other. So that's the current energy. And again, like at the bottom of the deck, the idea of with guidance, with this timeout, hope, there is still hope of a renewal and union. And then we got movement, chariot, card number 7. Quest for truth. Okay, I could keep going all day. But the idea of, 8's at the bottom, forward movement. Something called me to look at that. So the idea of there will be forward movement after this stuck energy. Let's get your advice or any angel number messages, Spirit, for pile 1. Let's see. 1. What is your number or angel message? Okay. 555. Success. Wow. And it's Hierophant energy, which could represent something that is commitment. 5's Taurus energy, something that is grounded. So Success, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes wrong comes wrong. You or this person could be also cultivating some sort of success in your own personal or professional life. And now we're looking at fours, which could imply the emperor, four, and benefits. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, completion. It's like this person wants to get into their divine. They want to get some sort of success. And once I feel like this person figures that out, or it could be you or both of you, it could be mutual. That's when I think action is going to come in. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. And, I'm also getting with fives, the house of pleasure, the fifth house. And with fours, the house of family or the house of home. Okay, that might mean something for some of you. But all right, guys, I hope this made sense and helped you in some way. Let me know. And hopefully I'll see you again. Bye. Hey guys, and welcome to your reading. So if you chose the black obsidian double pointed crystal tower, and or if you chose the Radiant Wilds Atlas Tarot deck, or if you chose the theme of fire, which I talked about and mentioned in my intro, then welcome to your reading. So we're going to pull from the Tarot of the Pyramids to get a little bit of an energy check of this connection. What is happening next in your connection with this person, pal 2? Regardless of your connection right now or the status of your connection, if you're single, this may not be your reading today. However, if you stick around, it might be because you have someone on your mind, which I totally understand. Regardless, though, this is for those of you that have someone and you're wondering what's going on next. All right, guys. Thank you, Spirit, so much for coming through for the energy of pile 2. I'm not ready. I was so dramatic too. All right, Spirit. What is happening next in this connection for pile 2? What is happening next in this connection? Person that pile 2 is thinking of, what's going on next? Jeez. These cards are definitely a handful. What's going on next in this connection with pile 2, Spirit? Okay, there it is. Bottom of the deck energy, and like my arm hurts. Like that was a full workout. Life choices. I love this card just because it's so beautiful and it's so colorful. It's the cusp of the Wands and Pentacles energy in this tarot deck with card number 64. This is actually the start of the Pentacles energy. In this deck, it's known as realizations. So realizing stuff when it comes to life choices. Okay. Pentacles energy again with 64. Oh, wow. Deceptive shadow. The funny thing is, it feels like it's this person's own hell, and in which we would see a lot of fire, but we don't. We see a barren land, a little bit isolation. Card number 55. Fives might mean something to some of you. Now, 55 in this deck is healing energy. Okay, let me move on. Deceptive shadow. I feel like it's all connected in some way because this is like a very dark card, and then we got the brightest, most colorful card in the deck, I believe. So that's interesting. Okay. All right, guys. So pile 2. Wow. Spirit, thank you so much for being here today again as we tune into the energy. And we're asking what is happening next in this connection that pile 2 is in right now with this person. Pile 2's mind. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this, the messages should resonate with the current person that's you're thinking about in this connection, okay? So, all right, what do we have here? We're going to get 5 cards, and then we're going to get the clarifiers. What is happening next? 9 of Pentacles. It feels like independent energy with this card, but I'm curious to see why it came out in context with your reading. What is happening next in this connection? So, wow, what a beautiful card. It's the Strength coming up on the ground in reverse, and it's card number 8. Leo energy. Obviously, it's in the sun. It's in the sign of the sun, or it's ruled by the sun, I should say. What a beautiful deck. So 9 of Pentacles, we got Strength in reverse, our first major arcana, which is fire energy. 6 of Wands, success, triumph over mind for some of you. A lot of sun energy. Again, this is why I feel like this could be a fire reading, but I'm also getting earth. So we'll see. What's happening next in this connection, Spirit? Okay, 2 of Cups in reverse. Wanting to peek out. It looks like a flamingo, but it's not. You and this person might have ended things. We got the 9 of Wands in reverse coming up at the end. Okay. I do believe I want to get the clarifiers because I want to make sure that the correct energy is coming up. But I'm going to be honest, pile 2, I am getting the energy of currently you and this person may have ended things. But what's happening next in this connection might be more success in your personal growth as opposed to returning to this person. But let's double check. Let's make sure. Why is the 9 of Pentacles? The Hierophant. This is card number 5. This is Taurus energy. We got 5s with the deceptive shadow. And now we got the Hierophant coming up under the 9 of Pentacles, which is very interesting because this feels like an independent energy. And then the Hierophant could feel like a committed energy. So now I'm curious where this is going. Strength. 9 of Cups. Wow, what a beautiful card. Mirror, mirror on the wall kind of energy with this in outer space. Wow. 9 of Cups. Finding fulfillment. Trying to get strength and some sort of self-fulfillment in this connection. Why is the 6 of Wands here? What is happening next? 4 of Pentacles. Finding value in goals, creating goals, headed towards some sort of outcome in which you see success. We got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse coming up under the 2 of Cups. Someone could have blocked this energy. You or this person may have ended it, or this might be what is happening next. If it hasn't happened, and again, you would know if this is the energy that you're resonating with, guys. You know, we're getting union in reverse at the bottom of the deck energy. So I do feel like what's happening next is there's going to be some sort of peace, decisions being made, and I do believe that what decisions that are being made is something that you don't want it to be difficult. I feel like this connection that you might have been in was a big struggle maybe at one point. We got the Queen of Cups in reverse. For some of you, this could be same sex or not. Take it as it resonates. But with two queens coming up in reverse, that literally could be the energy of where this connection is now and where this connection is headed, which implies that someone is blocking. And the successful outcome that I do see is more so in the independent category, guys. I'm going to be honest. All right. So, if this doesn't sound like the energy of this connection, then this might not be your reading. But this kind of makes sense. Deceptive shadow. You and this person, if there is a breakup looming, what is happening next in this connection is, I would assume, growth and healing. But a little bit of stuck energy. I'm not going to lie. We're getting some non-action. So let's go through it. Okay. And we might get clarifiers if we need it. So 9 of Pentacles right out the gate is a solitary number. 9 is giving the energy of independence. Yin yang too, finding like self-fulfillment within, finding abundance on your own, and committing to your own self goals too is the energy I'm getting that some of you are currently in. This person on your mind could also be in that energy too. Okay? But I'm getting more so that the strong energy of the Hierophant, which feels like commitment, is more so like commitment, self-commitment. And just getting the energy of what's coming up is more so I'm feeling like goals, setting a purpose, and gaining a lot of insights along the way, especially for those of you that are reflecting on shadows or might be going through like a dark night of the soul energy. Like, dude, I mean, if you look that up, that might be the image you get. And again, this is all happening internally. Dark night of the soul is difficult and challenging. So if that's the current energy, what's happening next is you're getting out of this energy is going to ground itself. You might feel like you're creating a self-imprison in this connection. Okay. So because here's the energy, I do feel like with the 9 of Cups coming up, which also could represent like self-fulfillment, self-love. The energy of 9s usually implies a lone journey, but it might not be the case because, again, what is happening next in your connection. However, we are getting a lot of multiple signs that this connection is headed toward an ending, and this is going to be a dark time if it's not there already. So if that's the current energy, then I think what's happening next is self-discovery, excuse me. And like just the idea of reflecting on this and learning, gaining strength as you are taking a time out. And I don't see you making any big decisions right now. Let's be honest, I don't see it, and you probably know what I'm talking about. And I feel like it might be because you're hesitant with creating any stress in your life, which I don't blame you, because if you are going through some sort of breakup or ending with this connection, and that's what's happening next that you're dealing with, the energy that I believe that you should honor is intuitively is taking a moment before you take any steps or take any actions. We got the 6 of Wands, which is triumph, with the 4 of Pentacles coming up. So I'm gaining the energy and the frequency of you just feeling so good in your own independent world. You're finding more strength when you focus on your priorities and making sure that you are really hoarding your own where you're placing your own purpose, your own commitment, your own energy, whatever it is that you are focused on, you are taking it very seriously and you are holding it with such value. I'm getting the energy of someone creating goals, like big ones. That is also like, and as a result, you're gaining confidence, you're gaining that like energy of just feeling powerful, very happy. I'm feeling very aligned. Everything is lining up because you're focusing on self. This is what's happening next if you're not doing that already. Now, what's happening next is someone's energy is still going to be blocked to some sort of union or I feel like it's more your energy with the Queen of Pentacles coming up in reverse under the Two of Cups. Like that feels to me that it's more so one person whose energy is walking away or whose energy isn't focused on this connection. And that's what's happening next. So if that's what you're wondering, I do feel like you're going to gain strength in the path that you feel like is the best life choice you could make for yourself right now. I feel is going to create more peace and almost like you want to get off this ride that has been really a struggle and challenging and creating a lot of imbalance and a lot of air energy, like stuck in your thoughts. Like you're starving for someone's, this person, you could see their bones, their ribs, like starving for something. And honestly, we're in a desert right now. We're in fire. So this energy could have burnt out is the potential that I'm getting with this energy. And someone is now, if this person is the one that held back and ended things, I feel like what's happening next is you're the one that's going to keep it. And you might have to be that person that makes a decision. That Two of Swords is someone that makes a decision, that's stuck in making a choice in some way. And even just the way this card is represented, how cool. It's like two pawns, and it looks like female, masculine type of energy. Should I stay or should I go? And this person's going through a doorway. Do I bring this person back? Do I let this person go? That might be the decision. But with the Nine of Wands coming up in reverse, maybe you're feeling very challenged with wanting to make this decision or having to make this decision of whether or not to renew this connection. Because again, I feel like it's you that has to make this choice. And I'm getting more of the energy of you might feel very difficult going back to this person because there could have been a lot of challenges or a lot of conflict, a lot of wounds that you are healing, and you're wondering if it's even worth making this choice toward this person. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. And I want to get a little bit of clarifiers too, because let's see. We only got a couple of oracles, so I wanted to focus more on the tarot. But what's happening next is you making a decision. You're the one that's taking a time out. Whether it was mutual at the start or not, I do feel like you are having a lot of challenges. You might be currently in your mind. Again, you could be going through the dark night of the soul or an ego death of some kind where you're getting a lot of epiphanies, you're getting a lot of insights. So let's find out. What do we want to go to? Yeah. What decision? What is this Two of Swords? What is happening next in this connection, Spirit? Five of Wands. Whether or not to continue fighting for this connection. Pile 2, that's going to be your choice, and that could be where the challenge is. This could be a really big decision. Jeez. And you're coming here for guidance. I can't tell you what to do. And, it could be like I'm getting the energy more so where you might already know what you have to do. But let's keep going. Let's double check though. All right. feel like we kind of got our messages, but Six of Wands and Four of Pentacles. Is that what I think it is with goals, self-light? What's happening next, Spirit? Where is this? Page of Swords. Gaining insights. Look at that. It's like that epiphany I was talking about. This person's head is a blossomed carnation, a flower of some kind. Almost like someone being stuck in their mind, in their own planet, on their own galaxy, but getting that deep, almost like you're gaining information. And this could just be energy in your own life. Let's see what's happening next in this connection. Why is the Six of Wands and the Four of Pentacles here, Spirit? What else? Another Queen in reverse, Queen of Swords. Not wanting to communicate with this person. I'm really getting more so. Now, if it's not your energy and you're the one that is trying to communicate, this person could be blocking you. But I feel more so the majority of you that are coming across this reading today is you're wondering if you should walk away. Six of Swords coming up in reverse. You're stuck. I'm getting the energy. You're making a big life choice right now when it comes to this connection, and you're trying to seek information. You might have stopped communicating with this person, or communication might be very difficult at this time because there's some sort of limbo. You might be stuck in Dante's Inferno is the energy I'm getting. And guess what? Dante's Inferno, there is a thirst, that, a hunger. But this person is ignoring that hunger, that thirst, and the energy of them just so sick in their head about this. And if that's where you're at, or if that's even just the energy of this connection, guys, that must be Dark Night of the Soul is not easy. I went through that last year, and wow, dude, I wouldn't, and I've been through more than one, but last year's was the most difficult because really what it is your ego is dying. You're getting out of your head. You're getting out of your own way. It's like a rebirth, but it could be excruciatingly painful internally because, again, there's a little bit of an energy that you have to release, and this could be something that you're having difficult releasing. Okay, so what's happening next? You have to make a decision, but honestly, I'm getting more so that you are starting to realize that the decision that you might find more happiness and joy in is an independent, lone path away from this connection. Okay, now again, I can't tell you what to do, but that's the energy I'm getting as far as like what you are feeling. Okay, because even just like with the union coming up in reverse. And then you know what the funny thing is? So we got life choices, we got union in reverse. And then right after that is serenity. Almost like peace with this end. And that might not be for everyone. Some of you really don't want this to end. And this could be where the stuck decision is, even if you might feel like you have to end it. That could be for some of you too. Let's see. What is happening next in this connection, Spirit? With the True Love Oracle. What is the energy? What could you tell us? What is happening next? Maturity, gaining wisdom, gaining insights. A message could be sent. This could be you ending things. I'm getting the energy, guys. Let me know if this resonates or fits. If it doesn't, sorry. I don't know. That it could just be this message for some of you. But with the Page of Swords coming up, with the Queen of Swords, it's almost like the communication is going to be there, but it's going to be more so of someone coming from a place of making a wise decision, a mature decision, something that feels aligned. Look at that spirit, over this woman, giving that energy of this person just knowing exactly what to say. Let's see, Spirit. What is happening next in this connection? Ooh. Inner peace, guys. My hands are shaking. Abundance. I feel like stopping here with this because take a moment, if this resonates for you. Because with the deceptive shadow, I feel like that is current, but what's happening next is this is gonna dissipate, guys. This is gonna die down. You're going to feel the abundance. Color is going to be brought back into your world. You're going to be walking down this path. If you're not already, and things are going to get better, there is going to be abundance and inner peace. This could also be someone reflecting, journaling. Even like having a difficult time sleeping because you're gaining all these insights. The like I said, for those of you that understand the dark night of the soul or the ego death, that energy of just waking up to some subconscious thoughts or habits or cycles you might have been in. And when you wake up, dude, it is like the best. I mean, it takes time to get there though. And you could still like kind of get in and out of that, dark night energy, but it gets better and better. And honestly, you just get more conscious. Okay. So let's get our final angel number message for you. Spirit, what can we leave pile 2 with in this energy of what's happening next in this connection? 1717, good fortune. I love that for you. Abundance. Someone's watching over you. Wow. You might have a lot of ancestors. You might have a very strong spirit team. You are, dark night of the soul. That sounds like a spiritual awakening for some of you. And if you're awakening up to your own soul, your spirit guides, your spirit team, they're all like cheering you on, dude. So there's good fortune. Someone's watching over you. Oh, good fortune. Again, unforeseen forces, direction. I'm getting this feels very aligned, guys, with life choices, direction. It's almost like you're going to be divinely guided into the direction you need to go into. You have too many people looking over you, whether that's in the physical realm or the spiritual realm. 1717 feels like the star being repeated twice. Good fortune, good fortune. So, again, abundance. So let's see. 222, wonders. Great transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast paced forward process. Guys, that's what's happening. You are currently processing this end. There is an ending in this connection, and what's happening next is that's what it is. And I'm sorry if that's not what you want, but here's the good news is through this ending, I feel like there is going to be what's happening next is abundance, good fortune. You're going to get through this. You're going to make that decision that's going to be the best decision for you. And it's going to lead to serenity. It's going to lead to prosperity. And just overall, like that strength of like the road that you are on is meant to be. Because deceptive shadows, when you're not aligned with what path you are walking down, guys, it doesn't feel good in your heart, your soul. It feels yucky. If you're with the wrong person, it doesn't feel good. It feels yuck. Okay? If you are making the wrong decision, it's gonna feel not great. You're gonna know when something aligns, and that is gonna dissipate. You're going to find heaven on earth, the wonderment of life again. Okay? All right, guys. So this is where we're leaving your reading today. I hope I hope you resonated. I hope it made sense for the energy between you and this person. And hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hello, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this smoky quartz double pointed crystal tower, and or if you chose this really cool Midnight Magic tarot deck, then this is your reading today. We're actually going to start by pulling a card from the Tarot of the Pyramids, because I want to get an energy check-in of your connection right now. You know, what is happening next in your connection, Pile 3, is the energy that we are tuning into. So remember, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you come across this reading, the messages should resonate with the person that is currently, that you're currently in a connection with. All right. Let's cut the deck for you as well, Pile 3. Spirit, thank you so much for tuning into the energy of Pile 3 today, as we are asking what is happening next in this connection that Pile 3 has with this person. What energy, Spirit, what card could you tell us that gives us the overall energy of this connection, of what's happening next? Thank you so much, Spirit. Whoa. Serenity. Okay. What's the bottom of the deck? Hope. Oh my God, I love that. Guys, so we have card number 37. Bottom of the deck energy is actually air. 37 in this this tarot deck, and we have the hope card. It feels like you're divinely guided towards something in this connection. We also got serenity, which is reminding me of peace. Card 53 could also represent wands in this deck, and in this deck, wands is healing energy. Okay. And we got air. Now, the theme that I was thinking about for your reading is Earth, whether or not you or your person have Earth in their sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It could also just be the energy that I was picking up on, but you'd be surprised what other energy might come up today. So we're going to get 5 cards. These cards are pretty stiff. Let me give it a couple of good shuffles. And we're asking Spirit again, what detail can you give us about what's happening next in this connection? We got some really sweet energy to start with serenity and hope. So what could we expect? What's happening next in this current connection that Pile 3 finds themselves in? What is happening next? Could you tell us, Spirit, what's happening next? So we got the Empress in reverse coming up as your first card. This could be the current energy. Is kind of like the idea I had for this reading of kind of gathering some intel or detail of what currently might be. And so far we have the Empress. It's the Hen of the Woods, card number 3. First major arcana, this is Taurus energy. Pentacles, Earth. What is happening in this connection, Spirit? 6 of Wands. Okay. So we have the red chanterelle. 6 of Wands, guys. This is fire energy with Leo. And this feels like success, where the hope is hoping for a success. There might be a lack of confidence right now in this connection. The Fool, taking a risk. What's happening next? I feel like there is going to be some action. Chicken of the Woods, we see a fox. And I want to say that's a butterfly. A butterfly with a very significant face. So wow, guys. Card number 0, that's a major arcana. Fool is Aquarius. What's happening next in this connection, Spirit? Could you tell us? This deck is so cool. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, we're getting the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Both of them in reverse. Yet we're getting hope and serenity as the overall energy. You could be in your head about something when it comes to this connection. I'm getting the lack of faith. We got the Knight of Swords coming up. There might be some sort of information block. You and this person might not be communicating right now, or there might be some sort of non-action that's leaving an impression on you where you are feeling a little bit, I was going to say self-conscious, but more so for the connection than directed to self, if that makes sense. But let's see. So we have the Empress coming up in reverse. What's happening next in this connection, Spirit? So we have the Hierophant. Okay. Card number 5. This is our major arcana, Turkey Tail. I'm getting the energy of family, with turkey. And the vibe of Thanksgiving. Those of you that live in the States know that holiday. But the Hierophant is giving more so of commitment. We are asking what's happening next. You might not be confident in the next stage or thinking that there might be a commitment. Why is the 6 of Wands here? What's happening next? Page of Wands in reverse. There may be some sort of lack of alignment. I feel like one or both of you is confused about this connection. You want there to be success, but there is no action right now, which might be leaving you or this person kind of like lingering in thoughts, in action, in, is it Fool here? 9 of Wands. It's might be very difficult to take action too. Might feel very challenging to take this connection into the next stage. And if the next stage is a commitment, something more committed, that could be scary. That could be where the hesitation is, where the lack of confidence is. We got 3 of Wands. I do feel, though, if you are not communicating with this person and this is blocked energy from you, I do sense with the 3 of Wands, there is some yearning, though. There is that feeling of knowing exactly what you want, knowing exactly where you want to head in the direction of. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse? And another 3, working together, working as a team with the Knight of Swords. So it's almost like you both are reflecting energy of wanting to work together and come together. So 6 of Cups. Wow, guys, bottom of the deck energy is 6 of Cups. This could be someone that you have history with. This could be someone that you've been in a connection with, or some type of connection with for a while. Or it could be someone that you've known in your past, even if you've never been in a serious relationship yet. This is called the Pixies Parasol. And Wheel of Fortune coming in right after that. Wow. The Sun in reverse. I feel like what's happening next is there's going to be more of a confidence in this connection. I'm getting the energy that someone is losing hope, and this reading is reminding you to be strong in that faith, in that sense that you are being divinely directed in whatever outcome is going to happen, it's going to be successful. So whether it's with this person or not, but I am getting the energy to, oh wow, the Tower moment. You and this person could have had a Tower moment that leads to commitment. Guys, that's nuts. So here's what I'm getting. Something may have happened that left you feeling a lack of confidence in this connection. Where this connection is headed and where you have your sights on is commitment, with the Hierophant coming up twice at the bottom of the deck now as well. But in order to get to this commitment, there may have been some sort of breakdown between the two of you, or non-action. If you are currently in non-action, for example, because we are getting, like, all of our court cards, for example, are coming up in the reverse. So there might be a lack of communication or a little bit of a disconnect right now. You might not be seeing eye to eye, and you're wondering, okay, what's happening next? This is probably why this is feeling a little bit awkward and uncomfortable, because I feel like both of you are sensing that you're on a precipice in your connection of headed towards something. You don't know what. You may not know what that is. You might be unclear. You might feel that it's not happening fast enough. This person might not be taking action fast enough, but I do feel like what's happening next is going to be some sort of success, some outcome that is going to lead to a peaceful solution, resolution, outcome in some way between the two of you. Because with the Nine of Wands, I feel like there has been some challenges along the way with you and this person. But that's not going to keep you and this person from taking that next step. With the Fool being here, that is action, guys. That is taking a risk. You know, and I'm seeing the Moon energy. I'm seeing a wolf. Chicken of the woods. I thought it was a fox, but now I'm looking at it as a wolf. It could be a fox. Could be either or. But just howling at the moon. But this wolf, our animal, looks at peace. They found their abundance, which are the chicken of the woods, mushrooms, and they are ready to take some action. And they may have gone through a lot of heat, you and this connection, okay? Especially if this is someone from your past. I mean, it's almost like the energy of things never, like, it feels like you two were divinely guided toward each other. You may have been refound yourselves, meaning, you know, you could have had a disconnect for years, and then, you know, especially if this is someone from your childhood or someone from your long past that's resurfacing. That could be a message for some of you. But, you know, I think someone is going to take a risk. I think there's hope involved because there's sweet emotions between the two of you, but there could be some stubbornness. It feels like neither one of you is. So, okay, because we get the Queen of Pentacles and then we got the Knight of Swords. Someone could be being a little bit too aloof. Someone could be being more mysterious, playing a little bit of the games. Someone could be snooping, looking online, doing their research, keeping tabs on you in some way. You know, I feel like it could be both of you, either of you. You know, that's the energy. Okay? There is a lack of forward movement, but behind the scenes, there's a lot going on. Because with the threes coming up, and again, feels like a union, a celebration, some sort of I would even say like collaboration of some kind. You and this person might find or see each other in a social atmosphere. There could have been, because again, the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles is coming up, almost being like in the same room, but feeling at a distance. So what's happening next? Let's get some clarifiers, guys, because I'm sensing there's something to have hope about when it comes to this connection, but there could be a lot of like sabotaging thoughts that are interfering with the successful outcome, especially if there is a disconnect or someone's not communicating, or both of you. Okay, but let's see. So I want to see why the Empress is here in reverse, Spirit, with the Hierophant. What's happening next in this connection? Okay. Five of Cups. Wow. There could have been some sort of fallout, breakdown of this connection in some way, a false start. Someone could have been very hurt. This could have left you feeling less empowered, especially when it comes to this person. This person or you, Ace of Cups, but there is an emotional, beginning. This feels like an offer, an emotional offer. Fluted bird's nest fungus. There's a fungus among us. The idea of through this moment, and was it a tower moment? Yeah, I did see the tower. Through this aftermath of whatever may have broken down between the two of you, someone is gaining perspective in this connection. It could be you, it could be both, of there being some sort of fresh beginning brewing. And it's leading towards something that's more committed. But I feel like there was heartbreak at one time. Why is the Page of Wands here with the Six of Wands? What is happening next in this connection, Spirit? Because again, the way I wanted to design this reading is current energy that leads to future. Because again, we are asking about what's happening next. But in order to do so, I have to know what's going on currently. So if we're looking at this as current energy, Seven of Cups could be a lot of options of how things could go down. The Page of Wands here too could be someone not knowing which direction to go into, not having that creative, intuitive spark, that alignment, that drive to take action, maybe because they are overwhelmed by what they could do, how this could go. But they are, I'm saying they, as in the person, but it could be you too. But the energy of, this is still going to end up in a success. Even though right now, there is no creative drive or spark to move this forward, I do feel like, well, let's get one more card. Why is the Six of Wands here? The Hanged Man, but it like tossed onto my arm. So deep in thought, reflection, gaining perspective, getting out of that hermit mode, getting out of that isolation, figuring out which direction you want to go into, which direction you want to take, what option you want to choose. And again, I feel like if it's revolving around this connection, the outcome is going to be successful. So the Fool. Spirit, what is happening next in this connection? Why is the Fool here? We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, upright. So through this action, through the next stage in this connection, this Empress that's in reverse is going to gain their confidence again. There's going to be some peace. You're going to fill in your divine. If this is your energy coming through, whether you're male or female, luminescence, Pinellas, luminescence. Guys, like you are shining. This is fire. And even the Nine of Wands looks like fire shroom in the background. Poison, fire, corral. Of course, that's why. But it's a poison, fire, mushroom. So yeah, there may be a little bit of challenges to move this forward, but I feel like when it is time, you will be confident, you will be in your passion toward this person. Page of Cups, yeah. So I feel like there's going to be a mutual give and take. Someone may be coming in with Queen energy. That might be you, meaning you might be more in your power, you might be more in your divine, more in your confidence. Maybe you aren't right in that energy right now. I'm realizing my candle went out for your reading. Sorry, Pile 3. But again, that could be the current energy that it's still right now. The fire fizzled out temporarily as this decision is being made. And through this stillness, there could be a lack of hope, a lack of faith, a lack of peace, a lack of confidence, with this Empress coming up in reverse. But where this is headed is building momentum. So let's see. What can we expect, Spirit? Where is this headed? What is happening next in this connection? Three of Cups. Okay, that's just a celebration, a union, a get together. This could be as big as a ceremony with the Hierophant being out here, like a marriage. But that might not be for everyone. This could also be just going on a date with this person, being social in some way. But we're getting 3 3s, guys. And I keep mentioning the Empress. And by the way, the Empress is card number 3, which is Taurus in reverse. So I feel like the Empress is gaining her momentum, like Stella gets her groove back. This connection is going to bring you back that confidence, that your groove. You might have hit, once you get through that tower phase, that joy, that happiness, that serenity is going to come through. Wheel of Fortune again. I saw this before. And I feel like this was meant to be. This is like divinely guided. Okay? Is there anything else? 4 of Swords in reverse. Someone getting out of the hermit phase. Someone finding the answers they needed once they were in reflection. Someone gaining that peace after a time of stillness and away and time apart. Because I'm getting more of the energy that you and this person took a moment before you're taking this to the next stage. So, where this is headed, I feel that there is a sense of stuck energy right now. Could this be what you're looking for? Could this be a committed connection? Or is this going to go the other way? So, what I think, the energy that I'm sensing, let's see if we need anything else. Because I feel like you're in turmoil right now. You or this person, or both of you. So what's happening next is you're cultivating peace and faith. So I feel like there's going to be signs. Because again, with hope being here, and this is the initial energy, I feel like there's hope in this connection, guys. And I would hate to ever give you false hope, but because I feel like right now that might be what you're looking for. You're looking for hope. Because it might not feel that way, whatever is going on right now. Okay, is the energy I'm getting. Lots going on, a lot of 3s. Something could be interfering. Third party doesn't mean another person. It could be, but it could also just be something else, a job, a family member, a life circumstance, something that has interfered maybe. And that could be a message for some of you. But Spirit, can we get one last tarot card just before we move on to the oracle? Because I want to know what is happening next. What is the one or last tarot message that we could gain? Ace of Pentacles. There it is. The commitment, guys. I feel like that might be King of Swords. That might be where this is headed. But again, the trouble right now, I feel like, is communication is lacking right now between the two of you. But that is where it's headed, though. Somehow this is all going to resolve itself. I want to get into the true love oracle because this is either going to tell us what we need to see or give us some confirmation or synchronicity. Spirit, where is this connection headed? What could you tell us, Spirit, with pile 3? Do they have a right to have hope in this connection? That it is headed towards something more solid, something more committed. Let's see. The silver waterfall, this came up before. This is really hopeful energy, guys. It's like a cleanse. I'm getting the energy of like the swan is looking for its partner. I usually see swans in teams. It's usually 2 swans is like the sign of connection coming in at the bottom. Is the sign of, kind of like the 2 of cups energy. But there's only one swan. And it's almost like finding hope in the silver waterfall. There's a silver lining. Okay? Once things are cleansed and renewed. And I feel like that's the energy. Because, mushrooms, when you think about it, are fungus that grow. But we eat them. We smoke them. We get high off of them. We hallucinate with them. We do a lot with mushrooms. It's very grounding. We cook with them. So I feel like the cleansing and getting more grounded might be something that you are currently, you know, that you and this connection are currently undergoing. Okay? What is happening next in this connection besides luminosity, abundance, gaining that brightness, that Empress, that Queen of Wands, that Queen of Pentacles, like, or King, whether you're man or woman, it doesn't matter. But, that energy of just being in your divine, shining bright like a sun, like that Rihanna song. And almost feels like the sun energy for those of you that are fire sign, So let's get one more. Then we're going to go over to your angel messages. So, Spirit, what is happening next in this connection? All right. And of course, life purpose comes out. Oh, goodness. And here we have two birds. Heart chakra opening, the world again. The energy of this might be divinely guided, this person, whoever this connection is. We did get a lot of, important, cards. But a lot of them are coming in reversal as far as the court cards. So I feel like you and this person might be, feeling at odds with one another, but still feeling directed toward each other in some way. Reparenting yourself could be the energy. I'm feeling called to get one more card for this connection. What's happening? Soulmates. Okay. And bottom of the deck, the garden loves to come out. Whenever Spirit is talking about tending to your own garden, this usually comes out when there's some sort of disconnect, which I guess happens often, which is why you might be, looking at a tarot reading. But, tending to your own garden, I think is very important for you and this person before you get together. But wow, soulmates coming up. I do feel like you and this person do have that type of energy where even though you and this person might be blocked, not communicating, this isn't going away. And I do feel like the outcome, the successful outcome that is headed toward you in this connection is something that's going to be more serious. You and this person are going to find that connection. Threes are, with the Empress being, the major arcana card is number 3. And we got 3 threes. It's just a theme I'm seeing for you. And, oh my God, I just realized this is pile number 3. Hello. But the idea of walking down a path, one of them is by yourself, the other is your person, but in the middle is where both of you will be. It's like there's 3 roads, all leading to the same, journey. I feel like the same destination. Both of you might still be going through some sort of victim of warrior coming up. What a cool card. I've never seen that. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love Egypt, guys. Gosh. Very fun again. So let's get our angel number. This is headed toward commitment or some sort of different stage that's a little bit more connected. I think that's the energy I'm getting with the 3s, like something that's more connected. You and this person might be at odds, but there's going to be more celebrations, more festivities, more joyous occasions. With the Hierophant, that could also be ceremonial, working together. And of course, okay, well, let me focus. Let me get your angel number. Spirit for pile 3, what number, angel number message does pile 3 for this connection, Spirit? 909? 909, reflection. This is the current energy, guys, okay? Change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, enlightenment, finding hope, finding peace, finding serenity. 9s could also represent like hermit, being on your own right now. Probably, this is grounded. The theme that I was thinking about for this reading is grounded energy, earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, just because of the idea of mushrooms and earth. And here we are, talking about that could be what your current energy is. Especially if you're not feeling hopeful yet, especially if there's been a tower moment, you're dealing with this person. And it's clear that you and this person are connected because with the Six of Cups, I mean, it's very sweet, it's very mutual. It has a lot of beautiful memories attached too. So, whoever this person is to you, it's mutual. And I do feel like both of you are going to find each other again, especially with soulmates coming up, guys. We can't ignore that. Let's get one more. What's happening next, or what energy? 11:44. Wood. Oh, I was going to say wood swings, but that doesn't make sense. Mood swings. Respect, family, constructive outlook, quality. Man, someone could be going through it. This could be your person. If they're the divine masculine, whether they are or not. Yeah, they could be really going through things, but this could also be your energy too. You could be fluctuating with your mood, especially if it's, for those of you that are women, your time of the month. It's important to know when your cycle is. Trust me, I'm feeling it. I'm about to begin, so I am already kind of like feeling down in the dumps, feeling a little negative, feeling a little hopeless, that energy. So if that's kind of like where you're at, it's okay. It's going to get better, especially with the constructive outlook. For some reason, I'm being called to pull one more, guys. And then we are officially going to leave your read. Okay, that's too many, but it's funny how threes came out. I was just thinking ones and fours, Magician, the Emperor, especially because we got the Empress out. Now we got ones and fours again. Family ties. With the Six of Cups, you and this person could really have some nostalgic feelings. You could feel like this person is home. You could really feel connected with this person. If you and this person are in a mutual connection and you're going through something right now, trust me, this is not over. You two are meant to be. So it says connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties. Let's read it. Bottom of the deck, sevens, commitment. Wow. Wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, auspicious outcomes, positive outcomes. So that's where we're headed. That's where you're headed, guys. How do you move forward toward your life's true calling? And didn't we get like life purpose? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm of what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Oh my God. So it's almost like spirit coming in to say, focus on what brings you joy. Focus currently on what is lifting you up, lighting you up. It doesn't mean you have to hyper focus on this person. This will work itself out. And I really do feel that someone is coming forward. We do got the Fool coming up. We got a triumph, a successful outcome. So I do feel like things are going to get better. If they look bleak, I feel like peace is coming toward your way. I feel like I'm sensing you meditating, getting grounded, and really focusing on positive outcomes when it comes to this person. And I really do feel like that hope that you are cultivating is going to show itself in the 3D. Like I really do feel like it's going to come into fruition. This connection is going to get to that next stage. Okay? Wow. That being said, I hope this made sense. I hope it gave you something to think about if you haven't thought of of other things. Like I'm hoping it gave you some sort of way, because I just happened to notice reflection again. But anyway, Maybe you're doing too many thinking and you got to get out of your thoughts and just go with your intuition, go with the flow, go what brings you joy and what lights you up currently, because I think that's what's going to lead you to a positive outcome with this person. Okay? So I hope this made sense. I hope you like this reading, and I will see you again. Bye, guys.